There is an ingredient sitting in your kitchen right now, in your pantry, your fridge, maybe even in the meal you ate an hour ago, that is silently disrupting your hormones, accelerating inflammation throughout your body, and undoing every healthy choice you think you're making. It's not sugar, it's not gluten, it's not something exotic you've never heard of. It's something so common, so normalized, so heavily marketed as heart healthy, that almost nobody questions it. You've probably cooked with it today. You've definitely eaten it today, even if you didn't cook with it yourself. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what it's doing inside your body, why it's hiding in nearly everything, and the simple swap that can start reversing the damage within weeks. The hormone killer hiding in your kitchen is seed oils, canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil, grapeseed oil, vegetable oil, which is almost always a blend of these. For the last 50 years, you have been told these oils are the heart-healthy alternative to butter and animal fats. They are in nearly every restaurant fryer. They are in nearly every packaged snack, salad dressing, granola bar, and even infant formula. They now make up an estimated 60% of all calories consumed in the standard Western diet, a number that didn't exist 100 years ago because these oils in this concentration did not exist 100 years ago. They are industrial products, not foods that existed in nature in any meaningful quantity. And the process used to extract them, and what that process does to your hormones, is something the food industry has spent decades making sure you never think about. Here's what they don't put on the label. To extract oil from something like a soybean, which naturally contains very little oil, manufacturers use a multi-step industrial process. First, the seeds are crushed under extreme mechanical pressure, generating significant heat that begins damaging the delicate fat molecules. Second, a petroleum-based solvent called hexane is used to extract the remaining oil that pressure alone couldn't get. Trace amounts of hexane residue have been detected in the final product by independent testing, though the industry insists levels are within safe limits. Third, the resulting oil is dark, foul-smelling, and inedible in its raw state, so it is chemically bleached to remove the color. Fourth, it is deodorized using high-heat steam distillation to strip away the rancid smell that develops from the damaged fats. Finally, synthetic antioxidants are added to prevent the oil from visibly spoiling on the shelf, masking just how unstable it already is. The bottle that ends up in your kitchen, labeled with a green leaf and the word natural, has undergone a process closer to industrial manufacturing than food preparation. Here is the part that connects seed oils directly to your hormones, and it's more direct than most people realize. Every single steroid hormone in your body, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, cortisol, DHEA, is synthesized from fat, specifically from cholesterol and the fatty acid composition of your cell membranes. When you flood your body with industrially processed omega-6 linoleic acid, the dominant fat in seed oils, it integrates directly into the phospholipid membranes of every cell, including the cells of your ovaries, testes, thyroid, and adrenal glands. These damaged, oxidized fats disrupt the membrane fluidity and receptor function required for proper hormone signaling. Worse, excess linoleic acid is metabolized into pro-inflammatory compounds called arachidonic acid derivatives, prostaglandins, and leukotrienes that drive systemic inflammation. This chronic, low-grade inflammation is now directly linked in research to disrupted thyroid conversion, impaired ovarian function, reduced testosterone production, and dysregulated cortisol patterns. Your hormones are not separate from your fat intake. They are built from it. And right now, for most people, the building material is structurally damaged. For nearly the entirety of human evolutionary history, our ancestors consumed omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids in a ratio of roughly 1:1, occasionally up to 4:1. Our entire inflammatory signaling system evolved around this balance. Omega-6 fats generally promote inflammation as part of immune defense, while omega-3 fats resolve and balance that inflammation. It's an elegant, ancient system. Then, seed oils entered the food supply at scale in the mid-20th century. Today, the standard Western diet has an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, estimated between 15:1 and 20:1. And some research on heavy fast food consumers has found ratios as extreme as 50:1. This is not a subtle imbalance. This is a complete demolition of a ratio that took millions of years to establish. The result is a body stuck in a permanent, low-grade inflammatory state, one that directly interferes with hormone receptor sensitivity, disrupts the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, and has been associated in multiple studies with conditions ranging from PCOS and endometriosis to low testosterone and thyroid dysfunction. Let's see if this is already affecting you. Do you experience stubborn inflammation, joint pain, puffiness, or skin issues like acne or eczema that doesn't fully resolve no matter what you try? Have you noticed irregular menstrual cycles, worsening PMS, or fertility struggles? For men, has your energy, drive, or muscle tone quietly declined over the years in a way that feels disproportionate to your age? Do you struggle with stubborn belly fat that resists diet and exercise? Do you experience brain fog or mood instability that seems to fluctuate without clear cause? Do you have a diagnosed or suspected thyroid issue or symptoms like fatigue, cold intolerance, and hair thinning? Have you been told your cholesterol markers look off despite eating what you believed was a healthy diet? If 3 or more of these sound familiar, and you regularly consume restaurant food, packaged snacks, or cook with vegetable oil, there is a real possibility that chronic seed oil intake is contributing to what you're experiencing. To understand how this happened, you have to go back to the 1960s, when early, and now heavily disputed, research linked saturated fat to heart disease. The food industry seized on this moment. Animal fats like butter, lard, and tallow were demonized in public health messaging, while industrially produced seed oils were marketed as the modern heart-healthy replacement, heavily promoted by the same companies that profited from manufacturing them. It was cheap to produce. It had an extremely long shelf life. It was easy to deep fry with its scale for the booming fast food industry. The food industry didn't choose seed oils because they optimized for human hormonal health. They chose them because they optimized for cost, shelf stability, and frying performance. Decades of nutrition guidelines were built on this foundation, and only in the past 10 to 15 years has a growing body of research begun seriously investigating what chronically high omega-6 intake from industrially processed oils actually does to inflammation, metabolic health, and hormone regulation. You are not lied to maliciously by your grandmother's cookbook. You are marketed to by an industry optimizing for profit margins, not your endocrine system. So what actually happens when you remove seed oils? The research and clinical observations are remarkably consistent. Within the first 1 to 2 weeks, many people report a noticeable reduction in bloating, joint stiffness, and skin inflammation. Because the most pro-inflammatory dietary input has been removed. By weeks 3 to 4, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in your cell membranes begins meaningfully shifting, though full membrane turnover takes several months, since these fats are stored in tissue, not just blood. By 6 to 8 weeks, many people report improved energy stability, reduced cravings, and, for those tracking it, measurable shifts in inflammatory blood markers like CRP. For hormone-specific outcomes, menstrual regularity, testosterone levels, thyroid function, most clinical improvements are reported in the 8 to 12-week range, as the body's hormone-producing tissues rebuild their cell membranes with healthier fats. This is not an overnight fix. Removing seed oils is not a magic trick, but of every single dietary change available to you, removing industrially processed seed oils may have the single highest ratio of impact to effort, because you are not adding anything complicated. You are simply removing one ingredient and replacing it with what your hormones have always needed. Here's what makes this especially dangerous. Seed oils are not just the bottle on your shelf. They are hidden inside almost everything packaged or restaurant prepared. Salad dressings, even the ones at the healthy restaurant, are overwhelmingly soybean or canola oil based. Mayonnaise, virtually all commercial brands. Granola bars and protein bars marketed as health foods. Crackers, chips, and most packaged snacks. Canned fish packed in oil. Nearly all fast food and most restaurant cooking oil. Frozen meals, most non-dairy creamers, many plant-based meat alternatives, which often rely heavily on seed oils for texture and mouthfeel. Even foods marketed with green leaves and the word natural on the front. This is why simply avoiding the bottle in your own kitchen is not enough. You have to read labels and ask questions about how restaurant food is prepared. The ingredient is not hiding because it's rare. It's hiding because it's everywhere, and the food industry has made it nearly invisible by making it the default. Here's your swap list: simple, specific, and immediately actionable. Replace seed oils with extra virgin olive oil for salad dressings, dips, and low to medium heat cooking. Avocado oil for higher heat cooking and searing due to its higher smoke point. Coconut oil for baking and some high heat applications. And if tolerated, grass-fed butter, ghee, or tallow, traditional fats that contain none of the industrial processing or omega-6 overload of seed oils. Read labels relentlessly for the next 30 days. You will be shocked how often soybean oil or canola oil appears in places you never expected. When eating out, don't be afraid to ask what oil a restaurant cooks with. Many will tell you, and the answer will inform your choices. This single swap will not fix every health problem you have. I want to be honest about that. But of every change available to you, this one targets a root mechanism, chronic inflammation and hormone disruption, that touches nearly every other system in your body. Remove the ingredient. Give your body 8 to 12 weeks and watch what happens. Share this with someone who cooks with vegetable oil every day without knowing what it's doing. Comment below. Which seed oil did you find hiding in your kitchen today? Let's see how many of us just found out together.